Dermatillomania is a compulsive skin picking disorder where you can sometimes pick your skin without realising until it bleeds. Well, one woman who has it is an artist from South London who started drawing on discarded newspapers during her daily commute to stop her habit. I'll be speaking to Liz Atkin in a moment, but first, let's see her work in action.
I have had this disorder since I was very young, so now I draw on the newspapers wherever I am. Those people might go home just with a free drawing, or they might be someone who is also travelling in that anxious state. I used to feel like that all the time. That might be reassuring just to connect with someone else who might be going through something similar.
Bye.
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 Bye. Have a nice day. See you.
Some beautiful work there. You can see some of Liz's work all around us here. Liz Atkin, how do people know when picking their skin, which a lot of people do, becomes a disorder?
Well, it's very normal, and thank you for pointing that out to start with. Everybody picks at a blemish. It's a very normal human behaviour, but in some cases it can escalate into quite a challenging mental health problem. And I've had this condition since I was a young child. Finding myself picking at my fingers on the train was really problematic, but it had actually sort of happened in lots of places across my body. So I'd pick my face, my chest, my back. And the compulsion to pick can sometimes be quite an urge, but sometimes it's very unconscious and I wouldn't really notice it was happening. And I struggled with this condition for more than 20 years. So really challenging, a lot of shame and kind of hiding the behaviour from friends and family. Lots of people didn't know this was something I was struggling with.
But as you've turned it into something positive, we just have to look around us at just how positive this is. This is beautiful work on newspapers you're doing. You give them out on London Transport, on the Underground, but you also are taking the message around the world. Tell us about that.
I am. So I started drawing about 3 years ago, and I found very quickly that drawing really settles the condition. So my hands are busy, I relax very quickly, and I started drawing on the train. I ran out of a sketchbook on a commute, and I started drawing on the paper next to me. And you know, passengers are bemused, people wonder what's going on, so little conversations started happening, and the drawings were building up on my lap. Because it's a compulsive condition, I draw compulsively. I started just passing them to passengers, and that's actually led to doing this in cities around the world. So I do it every day in London when I'm travelling, but I've done this in Los Angeles and San Francisco, Singapore, and I'm up to 17,000 free drawings.
17,000. And it also raises awareness of the condition.
Absolutely. As people were joining in, I just realised I could explain why I'm drawing, and that has enabled those dialogues about mental health to happen. And the condition is a lot more common than people realise. It's thought to be 1 in 25. So if I give away 30 to 50 drawings on my commute, I'm definitely meeting passengers who have this, but 1 in 4 of us experience mental illness. So, you know, those conversations happen quite merrily.
And you are doing this positive, wonderful thing of drawing. Is there any cure for the condition?
Well, there's lots of treatment options available. At the moment, CBT, which is cognitive behavioural therapy, or habit reversal therapy, is a sort of treatment option that's really useful for a lot of people that have these conditions. It's kind of in a family of conditions with a hair-pulling disorder, which people may know a little bit more about, where people pull from their head or their eyebrows. That's called trichotillomania. Some medications really help with the condition, and you can get support through your GP if you are finding this behaviour to be challenging.
OK, good advice there, Liz Atkin. They're beautiful pictures. Thank you for sharing that with us and informing us about this condition as well. Thank you very much for your time. OK, still to come tonight.